Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we got to talk about Tesla because Tesla apparently has been hiding thousands of autopilot complaints. That's not good at all, especially given the claims that they've made about the capabilities of their autopilot driving system since about 2015, 2016. Here's what's going on. This is coming from a couple of different publications, including Jalopnik, but I thought Engadget had a pretty good write-up that I'm cribbing on, easy for everybody to understand. Now, here's what's happening. The German language newspaper Handelsblatt said that it received 100 gigabytes of data from quote-unquote several informants within Tesla. Now, showing how basically the company received thousands of complaints about its autopilot features over the past years. Now, according to Jalopnik, the collection contained 23,000 internal files with complaints from as far back as 2015 and as recently as March of 2022. Now, within that time period, Tesla reportedly received 2,400 reports about self-acceleration issues and about 1,500 cases about braking function problems. The latter included 139 complaints about unintentional emergency braking and 383 about phantom stops from false collision warnings. Further, the files reportedly include more than 1,000 crash reports and a table of 3,000 incidents wherein drivers express safety concerns about Tesla's driver assistance system. While most of the reported incidents happen within the United States, some of these are coming from Europe and Asia as well. Now, Handelsblatt, the publication, said that it contacted dozens of customers basically from these files to essentially confirm the reports. Some of them even were able to share videos of the actual issue with that publication, meaning everybody they contacted said, yeah, that's absolutely correct. That happened to me in my Tesla, and here's a video of it if you really want it. Now, aside from containing details on thousands of safety complaints, the files reportedly included instructions for employees on how to communicate with customers. Apparently, they're told not to copy and paste incident reports on email or text messages and not to leave information on voicemail recordings. In other words, basically sending essentially a Tesla customer evidence that, yes, we do see a problem here. Yes, you did have an incident is not what they want, because they only could verbally pass on information about this kind of stuff to their customers, meaning you had to get on a phone. They would tell you that, and here we are. Now, in a letter explaining why the publication decided to publish this information from Tesla's files, Handelsblatt editor-in-chief Sebastian Mattes said that a 12-person team sifted through and evaluated these files for over 6 months. In other words, they started near the end of 2022, which is why the files essentially stop in 2022 that they received. Quote, the data paints the picture of an electric car pioneer who seems to have far greater technological problems than previously known. With its autopilot, for example, the Tesla files contains thousands of reports about complications with driver assistance systems, complaints of Tesla vehicles suddenly braking at full speed or accelerate suddenly, end quote. That is according to the editor-in-chief, as I mentioned, of Handelsblatt. So let's put this in a perspective to be fair to Tesla. Tesla obviously does not sell as many cars as like a Volkswagen or Toyota, etc., but I did some homework here, and J.D. Powers for the win. Now, J.D. Powers had rankings for issues in cars in 2022, what were the best, the worst, etc., and so essentially what we're going to talk about first are the top 5. Now, here are the top 5 best car companies in 2022, meaning they had the least problems per 100 vehicles. Amazingly, number 1 is Buick. Buick had only 139 complaints per 100 vehicles, which is pretty good. And understand, complaints are everything from my key stopped working to like minor things to, oh my God, this car is going to kill me. So understand that those complaints can run the entire gamut from extremely minor to extremely major. Number 2 was Dodge at 143 out of 100. Chevrolet at 147. Number 4 is Genesis at 156. And tying Genesis is Kia at 156 as well. Now, the bottom 5, meaning these had the most complaints per 100 vehicles. Number 29 is Volkswagen at 230, followed by number 30 as Audi, which is a Volkswagen product, 239 complaints per 100 vehicles for Audi. Maserati came in at basically number 31 out of 33. They had 255 complaints. Number 32 was Volvo, amazingly enough. They've always had a really good reputation, or maybe I'm just old. Anyway, 256 complaints per 100. And the last on the list was Chrysler at 265. Now, full disclosure, I actually own 2 vehicles from 2 of these makers on the bottom 5, so there you go. And I don't own any vehicles from the top 5, so I'm probably not good at buying cars. So the question then is, where did Tesla land on this list? Are they near the top? Are they near the bottom? And I quote J.D. Powers directly for 2022. Tesla did not provide complete data. It received an unofficial score of 226 based on the limited data available. In other words, Tesla has not been transparent even before this report came out. So 226, we now know, is probably a lot worse. Now, if it was 226, that would tie them with Mitsubishi for 6th worst car, who also got 226. But given what we just learned, it stands to reason that Tesla's even further down that list. Are they worse than Chrysler? I don't know. I can't tell you because they're not being transparent. But what we have learned is thousands of people have had thousands of problems with the autopilot driving system in Tesla. And that's only one issue of all the different types of issues that anybody's going to register against a car. Meaning everything from, like I said, oh, the piece of trim fell off the vehicle or whatever because I hit it too hard, to, oh my God, this thing is going to kill me. And they had thousands of complaints of, oh my God, this thing's going to kill me. That's a huge issue. And so by virtue of that, I've said it before, autopilot systems are not ready yet. I interviewed car guru and expert and YouTuber Doug DeMuro, who has like a bazillion followers that basically follow him for cars. And he said, we're 10, 20 years out truly on this. Think about that slippery, icy winter day here in the Chicagoland area. You really want an autopilot doing that when you're an experienced driver through snow? That's what we're talking about. So it looks like Tesla may have made false claims, according to Engadget, Jalopnik, and a whole bunch of others, as well as Handelsblatt, who broke this story. I'll keep you up to date, but if you drive a Tesla, heads up to you. Your autopilot, no matter what their claims, we have more and more and more evidence, whether it's the investigations out of California, whether it's this dump of research from Handelsblatt, et cetera, et cetera. I really wouldn't be trusting Autopilot as much as you may be right now. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube. And also, for the record, every time I post about these kinds of things, I always get hate. So we're going to see what happens. But please, 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 please stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private and stay alive if you drive a Tesla. Thanks, guys.